Tonight, the Hobo Racing League invades the Steel Palace, Oswego Speedway, with the ground-pounding, earth-shaking modifieds. So grab a snack, a drink, and strap yourself in. The best in online sim race broadcasting is coming your way next.
And we welcome you to DRL Network live coverage of the Hobo Racing Whelen Modified Series tonight at the Steel Palace, the Big O, the Oswego Speedway in upstate New York. What a fantastic 5/8 mile racetrack we have here tonight. Great to be back here in the Whelen Modifieds over at Hobo and short track racing, something where we specialize here, getting back to the roots here on DRTV. Thank you out there, everybody, in YouTube land for watching this evening. My name's Phil Lacasse, along with Todd Stanton and Rich Patton, as always, in the DRTV control booth. And man, Todd, we get back to the short track, something you and I, where we've cut our teeth. And I mean, we got an awesome field of cars here at Hobo tonight. I count 25 drivers in the pit area, 120 laps around. We're in for a one wild night here on DRTV.
Yeah, definitely in for a wild night. Short track racing at its finest. This is a 5/8 mile track. So Oswego Speedway, I've seen that dirt on this track. I've seen it raced in asphalt. I've seen supers on this track. I've seen modifieds on this track. I've seen all kinds of things on this track, Phil. And it's been interesting to watch everything that we can go out onto this track. We've seen out there, but the super modified is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen on the Steel Palace.
Oh, absolutely. The super modifieds at Oswego, so legendary. The open wheel, the Whelen Modifieds, they've been going there for many, many years. They've on and off through the tour, through the years. They've had, I think, like a 10 years period where they didn't visit Oswego, but it's back on the NASCAR schedule here now. And, we have qualifying times going up on the board as we speak. And, coming into Hobo Racing Modified Series here tonight, the man on a mission this season, being the chase here. It's the race for the chase here at the Hobo Racing Modified Series, but it's been Mike Mangrum, a 10-time winner on the season, comes in with a commanding point lead, 59 markers up, but not seeing him qualifying near the top of the board, seeing guys like our friend Jeff Stakanis, Todd, clocking in with a 16.490, currently setting their quick time. Duke Sorensen on your screen as Tango in the number 59, clocking in a 16.513. So unofficially putting him outside pole. Cal Lovall, Rich Knappick, and Matt Flowers currently running at the top five. About 35 seconds left to go here in time trial. See if any more times come on the board. But 25 drivers in the pit area here, Todd. 5/8 mile, the Steel Palace. I mean, all the big races that have been at the Oswego Speedway over the years. The third trip for these guys at Hobo here in this 2017 season. Previous winners here, the first trip of the season, they visited. It was Jerry Walters taking down the first of his 3 feature victories here in 2017. And just a few months ago, when they visited in January, it was Mike Mangrum taking down one of his 10 features victories. So a lot of heavy hitters here at Hobo tonight. I believe qualifying now officially complete, and we can call Jeff Stanakis, Todd, tonight's pole sitter.
Yeah, Jeff Stanakis is definitely the pole sitter here tonight. Tango is going to be our outside pole sitter. Some good times out there on the speedway. And we were talking, one of the guys that was having a good run last time we were here on DRTV, you've got to remember Austin LaPlante. He had a good run, and he had it fade away early or later in that event, and he was not able to take home the win, I should say. He is not very good here. He's had communications with us. He's going to try, but he's not very good, Austin says, here at this track, and this is a track that bites him up.
Now, and he's going to start deep in the field tonight. Looks like he's going to time trial 8 games, so going to be a long road to hoe for our friend Austin LaPlante. But, of course, here at the Oswego Speedway, DRTV, we've talked to Todd. We have not talked to Rich here tonight. So, Rich, what's going on down in the booth there tonight, bud?
Yep, got everything in top ship shape here tonight, getting ready to put on this Hobo Racing League's Oswego event tonight. This is one of their Whelen Chase races, so proud to be over here with these guys. Like you said earlier, a full field around here, 120 laps. This should be really interesting. They are running realistic damage. Looks like they can get probably 105 to 110 laps on fuel, so they can almost get the whole event. At some point, they're going to have to stop and get fuel, but tires are probably going to be more important. They are running fixed setup, like I mentioned, 2X tire wear, and pit road speed is 40 mile an hour, and they will be doing lucky dogs and double file restarts until they get under 10 laps to go. So looking forward to a big event. This is a full field for a short track tonight, so this could get really hairy really fast. So can't wait to get this thing under green.
Yeah, and I got out on the racetrack here for a little bit, during practice, just to kind of get a feel for what these guys were going to experience here tonight. Have never taken a lap, if you can believe it, Todd, through all my years of racing. Never turned a lap at the Oswego Speedway in an open wheel car, so it was really cool to get out there. Only took about 2 or 3 laps. Did certainly not want to get in the guys' way out here that are trying to get test and tune here tonight, but a fantastic racetrack, and hopefully one we see here on one of our schedules here somewhere to come, because this I think we're going to see a very raceable racetrack. I think we're going to see multiple groups of passing. Of course, on the short tracks, the low side usually preferred, but I really think we're going to see passing on the high side here today. I think in Oswego it's completely possible.
Yeah, it's another great track done by Wild Customs is where this track was done by. It's a Wild Customs track, so it's a great track done by him, and to see this track out there and its light for these series and different things that's going on. Of course, it's one of my home tracks in New York. It's about an hour and a half from me, and I always get great goosebumps. I'm going to say when I see a track that's local to me and I get to watch these guys race it here on DRTV. That's one of those things that. And Phil, I know you feel the same way about Thompson.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you get to your local track, you can call Oswego home, being so close to it. Of course, being so close to Thompson as I've been throughout my life, it's cool to visit your home track in this kind of scenario, especially in the open wheel modifieds. Me, both of us living in the Northeast, and me especially in the New England region, where open wheel modifieds are so prevalent. It's so cool. We did our feature series here when DRTV started up a couple of years ago. Did 2 seasons worth of modified racing. So anytime we come back to the short tracks and open wheels, it certainly quickens the pulse a little bit, and cannot wait to see where this race is. 120 laps around Oswego. Now, at the lap times these guys are turning here, Todd, just like we saw here a couple of nights ago here at Mansfield when we visited Excel, just like we got here tonight, 120 laps. These guys turning it, just under 17 seconds a lap. We're going to see a fast lightning pace race here tonight.
Definitely going to be a fast-paced race, but we got a little bit of time here. We're going to set it down trackside to honor this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
The playing of the national anthem to get us started here tonight. Live DRTV coverage. The Hobo Racing Modified Series tonight. The Race to the Chase race. Not sure what number race this is. They'll have chase standings in front of us, but do have full point standings and stuff we'll get to here over the next couple minutes here. But Todd Stanton, we're about to get this thing on the grid, so let's dive straight into tonight's starting lineup.
And now tonight's starting lineup from Oswego Speedway. Starting on the pole, driving the number 31, that's Jeff Stakanis. And outside of him, driving the number 59, that's Duke Sorensen.
Rolling off from third tonight will be the driver of car number 12 from Kentucky. It is Cal Lovell, and to his outside, aboard car number 6 from Connecticut, that's Rich Knappick.
All right, bud, take a nice big deep breath.
Next row back, starting in that 5th starting position, driving the number 47, that's Matt Flowers. And outside of him, driving the 85, Ricky Bumblow.
And rolling off from position number 7 tonight will be the push rod aboard car number 17. That is Bob Becker. And to his outside, in the number 87, that is Everett Lintz.
Starting at 9th starting position, driving the 49, that's the Bino, that's Dan Rubino. And outside of him is the 188, that's LD.
Rolling off tonight from position number 6 will be Jeff Boyer in the 41. Mike Aldridge there in the number 1 rolling off 12th, but let's throw it trackside for tonight's command.
Drivers, start your engine.
Well, as we get back to the starting lineup, Phil did skip over a couple of guys. Ron Simpson starting in 11th. Then it was Boyer, Aldred, and Walters. Walters going to start in that 14th starting position, driving at number 7. He has a win here.
3-time winner of the season. Rolling off 15th tonight with the driver of the 14. That is Dion Hinsky. And to his outside, the owner of Hobo Racing in the 21. We welcome back Steve Rubino.
Johnson starting in that 17th starting position, and outside of him in the 18th starting position, that's a 48. That's Austin LaPlante.
Wild Bill returns tonight to DRTV aboard car number 93. In the 710 of Manny Diaz roll off 20th. Daniel Dupuis, the 24, rolls off 21st. Herman Reese to 73. Mike Mangrum, the point leader, going to roll off deep tonight from 23rd position. And Andre Maggio, and that's going to round out your starting lineup here, Todd. Green flag's in the air.
Yeah, green flag is in the air. Staganis in that number 31 machine jumps out to the early advantage over Duke Sorensen in that number 59 machine. Right now, Lovall in the number 12. He is running in that third spot. Fourth is Napick in that number 6 machine. And running out your top 5 is the 47 of Matt Flowers.
Matt Flowers right there, the 47. Also rolling off on the field tonight, and Miss Rob Heath for the number 8. 25 drivers took the green flag. Wanted to make sure we represented them all. The field already 2 laps in, rolling down the backstretch toward turn number 3, all chasing our race leader, the pole sitter, Jeff Stakanis. Duke Sorensen right there with number 59, all over his tire track. Single file, Todd, through it looks like mainly the top 10 as the field hits 3 and 4.
Field does hit 3 and 4. I'm just watching through the field here, looking at Mangrum there, Phil. One of the favorites here, probably to win this race tonight. He is 24th on the field right now. It's saying his scoring in time and waiting for it to update. He was 24th. Let's see where he still is. He's now 23rd in that number 08 machine, so we're going to have to watch his march towards the front. That's an interesting tidbit there. Mangrum way in the back, and he was one of the fast guys here last time we visited Hobo Racing League here for this Whelen Chase Racing ordeal here that we got going on. But right now, Jeff Stakanis is your race leader. Second is Duke Sorensen, still right there within an earshot. Maybe able to get down to the bottom side here. You got to outbrake him down here into the corner, and actually it's a finesse track, Phil. You got to stay on the bottom. It's one of those rhythm tracks here, and that's where we go.
No, it certainly is, as all short tracks are, and nothing more evident there than the Oswego Speedway being more of a rhythm racetrack. Everything looking mostly all single file strung out. The best race on the racetrack, Todd, looks to be for about that 11th position. Aldridge there in the number 1. He is, all over the inside the 85 of Ricky Bumbalo. So Mike Aldridge's number 1 car just outside of a top 10 car. He is on the move. He's passed 2 or 3 cars through these first 5 laps.
Yeah, Aldridge able to get by, like you said, Bumbalo, and able to put a little bit of a distance between himself and Bumbalo, about 2 or 3 car lengths distance, but he's got another about 10 car lengths to catch the guy in front of him, which is Ron Simpson in that number 25 machine. He is running in the top 10 in that number 25 machine, so Ron Simpson in the field here running pretty well here inside that top 10, like I said. But the number 1 machine of Aldridge got to catch Ron Simpson in order to get inside that top 10. But you said Aldridge has made some moves here throughout the field so far.
Well, and it's another night here, short track racing. Going to see a whole lot of single file racing, especially being in a rhythm racetrack. Guys are going to have to hit their mark. So you're going to see a lot of this kind of, it may not be as dramatic as it may seem, but these guys got their hands full out there. The Oswego Speedway at just under 17 seconds a lap. That is certainly at a good clip. But the race now, Todd, looking to be for around that 8th spot. We got Larry D in the 188, Everett Lynch in the 87. Everett was right there on the inside. He got a little bit loose, but I think that's going to be probably the best battle on the racetrack to watch right now.
Yeah, just looking through here, trying to find Lentz in that 87 machine and the 188. Those guys having one wick of a battle here with that 188 there on the outside, and Lentz is down on the bottom side in that number 87 machine, trying to take over that 8th position. Here comes Lentz down, almost a slide job maneuver there, almost up into the side of the D machine of the 188 machine, not able to pull off the pass, let off the gas just a little bit, not to tear up the 188 in himself there. Now he's going to have to mount another charge, but this is probably the best battle that we got going on in the track. Do not count out Ron Simpson. He is right there knocking at those guys' doors. If these guys both make a mistake, put Simpson to 8th.
Yeah, it just shows you there, with these guys running side by side. Now, that also going to bring Aldrich into play. Aldrich with a little sweet, sneaky maneuver there. He was around the Simpson machine, so put Mike Aldrich in that number, 1 machine. He's going to be right there now. He's going to pull alongside. That looks like the 188, or that's the 87 of Lintz. That's a side-by-side battle. The 1 car, Todd, continues to march forward.
Yeah, that 1 car on the move is Aldridge in that number 1 machine. He did a 2-for deal there through the corner. He's able to move himself and march himself up to that 8th starting position. Maybe we can get Rich to do some kind of a spotlight on him. Maybe if he has that keyed up and ready here momentarily, maybe he can get something on Aldridge, how fast he's going to go. But yellow flag's going to come out. So, Rich, maybe that'll give you a little bit of time there. And I'm not going to set you up there for a maybe a spotlight. But yellow flag is out. You're going to have to replay, though.
Trying just to kind of get a gander of where that caution flag took place. I saw smoke trying to find who may have been around. Looking like it was maybe around where the 93 of Wild Bill was. I see him rolling slow, so I did see smoke on the end of the racetrack. Not want to confirm or deny that's what was the caution flag, but nonetheless, we're under the yellow for the first time this evening. 17 put 18 laps of 120 on the board, and if these first 15, 16 laps under green are any indication, this race is going to click off at a feverish pace here. Hobo Racing, the race for the chase here at the Oswego Speedway. The hottest driver here at Hobo Racing's been Mike Mangrum. Started deep in the field here tonight. A 10-time winner in 31 starts here this season of the Hobo Modified Series. So you think about that, Todd. 1/3 of the starts that Mike Mangrum machine finds his way to victory lane. A commanding 59-point lead coming to the evening over Duke Sorensen, who has about a 50-point gap back to 3rd spot, Darrell Brown. Not sure if Darrell is here in the field here. He was a defending champion of this race from last year, but he came in tonight 3rd in the standings. In a ferocious battle, 5 markers ahead of Dean Rubino. Rich Knappick right there, also 3 points behind them. So that's a great battle for the 3rd position in the point standings over here at Hobo. But the story's been Mike Mangrum, so we're going to have to pay attention to him, Todd. The fastest guy over here at Hobo in this modifieds, and started, as we said, deep in the field here tonight with this caution flag. He'll gain a little bit of track position, but mired back in about 19th when the caution flag came out. So Oswego's a tough racetrack. You start back there, it's certainly tough to pass, and these guys certainly have their hands full here tonight.
Yeah, they certainly do have their hands full. I'm just looking up through the field trying to find the surprise of the night. Aldred in that number 1 machine. That car is on the move, and it's going to be interesting to see. He had a long green flag run there. Is he as good on these short runs as Aldred has moved up through this field pretty well? So we're going to have to keep an eye on him. That's one of those guys, Phil. We weren't even thinking about him. We were thinking more about Mangrum. Coming up through the field, but Aldred is a man on the move. But I'm going to throw it on to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who has the replay queued up and ready for us. What happened, Rich?
Yeah, guys, this time the camera's going to stay focused on the 87 of Lintz. Looks like Lintz and D and the 188 are going to make a little bit of contact. Interesting thing that happens here, we'll go ahead and play this forward in slow motion. The 188's down on the low side. He gets in the flat spot of the track. That's going to mess his car up. Sends him up into the 87 of Lintz. Lintz is getting put in the wash cycle, send him out to the wall. Tough break up against the wall in that wheel, and there's no protection around them tires, so we're going to have to see how bad he's hurt once he gets that thing pointed in the right direction. A lot of smoke down there in the corner. But it looks like Lintz got the worst of that one in contact between the 188 and 87. Back up to you guys.
All right, well, before I let you off the hook, Rich, can you explain to me what a car truck is?
I know, I'm in the wrong race, right? I was thinking truck in my head and trying to say car. It got me all jacked up.
Well, I'm not sure any of these look like a car. I mean, we got an open wheel modified here tonight on DRTV, so these are, by the grace of God, at 900 horsepower at the Whelen Modifieds are. So we'll let Rich off the hook there, but I believe the lights are out atop the DRTV pace fan, and a new race leader emerges here, Todd. Rich Knappick aboard the number 6. He's going to lead this field to green.
Yeah, Rich Knappick in the number 6, one of Joe's favorite picks. That when he comes over to Hobo Racing, Joe not with us here this evening, but the number 6 of Knappick going to start. Green flag is out. The loud pedal is down as Knappick going slow down into corner number 1 in that number 6 machine. Must be a tad bit loose as the number 12 of Lovall running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Duke Sorensen in the 59. Staganis in the number 31. He's moved his way back up to 4th. Now a battle for the lead. The 12 of Lovall down to the lead around Knappick in that number 6 machine. Knappick drifts up the track just a little bit. And that number 6 machine, that's going to leave the door wide open for Duke Sorensen. Sorensen going to take over that second spot. Third still is Napick, but here comes Stanakis in that number 31 machine. Puts Stanakis to third.
And Staccatus there up to third aboard that number 31 machine. All chasing now the number 12 of Cal Lovell. You know, that UPS machine certainly on the move. So, you know, certainly on a postal service car. UPS certainly delivering here tonight on DRTV. The number 12 out to the lead. The Pepsi machine of Duke Sorensen right there on his tire tracks in the second spot. I think Cal's going to have his hands full here in a lap or so, Todd. Duke having a great run of the 59. He gains a lot of ground through the entrance of the corner, but the 12 seems to power up just a little bit off corner exit.
Yeah, the 12 was getting in the corner a little bit better off. I should say we're getting in the corner. He's getting better off the corner and through the center of the corner in that number 12 machine. But Sorensen able to come into the corner a little harder than the number 12 machine. And you're going to have to wait on tires because tires, the number 12 is probably saving a little bit more tires running the groove he is, where Sorensen's just throwing it right down in there. Almost reminds me of kind of the 59 is now. The 12 has disappeared there. Aliens almost abducted him there in that number 12 machine as they're trying to abduct my voice here tonight. But the 12 is still out there on the speedway, still motoring on. And Lovell still running in that number 1 spot. Number 2 is, like I said, Duke Sorensen, about 3 car lengths back.
Yeah, Sorensen right there. He's 3 cars back. We almost had an alien abduction right there, but, you know, I guess package was, you know, undeliverable and, you know, rejected, and Cal will stay out there with the race lead. But the story through these first 30 laps, Todd, we talked about the Mike Aldridge machine, that number 1, that Gulf Oil machine, that blue and white machine. Currently, you know, reminds me of the old Reggie Ruggiero scheme. Reggie, you know, ran through the modified series for years, and he was a front runner. Used to start deep in the field, never time trialed well. Well, kind of like Mike did here tonight. He started outside the top 10, but he's found his way to the top 5 here, Todd. He is marching forward. That's a good race for there in the 4th spot as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, race between pushrod 17 that's shown on your screen, the number 17 machine, and that number 1 of Aldred. Aldred is right there to his rear bumper. Maybe he'll be able to use the chrome horn here as he's sucking right into the corner here. Better off, and he set that one up really well. The number 1 of Aldred now to that 4th spot. Now let's see if he can catch the number 31 of Staganis and see if he's able to do that. As I see smoke out there on the speedway, and I see a car up against the wall. Looks like maybe yellow flag's going to be coming out, filling the pace cars out there on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow flag number 2 of the night now, working lap number 33. We were following the Mike Aldridge machine. You know, didn't see who was pinned up against the wall there. I was trying to fumble through my sheets. Looked like it was Wild Bill that was up against the wall, but really good to see Wild Bill out here tonight on DRTV from Hobo Racing. You know, one of their, you know, favorites. I believe the oldest driver in the NASCAR 2-on-3 community. So great to see him back on the speedway. Good to see all as well. And the 93 car can join us here tonight. But the caution is out. Pit road is open. I'm seeing the entire top 10. Looks like the entire field, Todd, dive down pit road.
Yeah, the entire field is down on pit road, and I'm in Aldridge's pits because I was actually following him there. He had right side tires. He's going to get 4 tires on that number 1 machine. A little bit of a lengthy stop is Aldred. He gets 4 tires, and he's down and away. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV time. Rich Patton. Phil, I'll get to you here in just a moment. Rich Patton, who has the replay queued up and ready.
Yeah, this time we're going to keep the cameras on the 93, a Wild Bill. Great to see him back out on the track, but this is not the way we wanted to get him on TV. As they get into the corner, it looks like the 48 Austin LaPlante right behind him is going to give him a little bit of help getting into the corner. Austin forgot to check the brakes right there. Looks like he gets right into the back end of Wild Bill. Is going to send Bill around, up, out towards the wall. Pops the wall pretty good. Everybody else is able to get around on the bottom side. Wild Bill just kind of gathers his senses while he's up against the wall. And tough break for Wild Bill. Looks like he's going to try to get that thing going. And hats off to Bill for making it back out here. You know, guys, he just recently had some hotel visit or hospital visits and all. So good to see him out on the track again. Back to you guys.
Absolutely right. Great to see Wild Bill back out on the racetrack here tonight. Emma number 93 returning to Hobo Racing. Going to be 2 laps in the rears now, which, you know, certainly his race isn't over. 23 drivers on the lead lap. So just resetting how guys all came on and off pit road, Todd. I was down near the pole sitters pit. Jeff Stakanis, Cal Lovell, Rich Napick, and Duke Sorensen. All those guys came down. Everybody took 4 tires, so everybody full of tires. And with the fuel window here tonight, Todd, being about 105 laps, everybody, you know, in their fuel window from here. So Can these guys manage tires for, about 85 laps? I think they possibly can. I think it's very doable here in Oswego, especially with the help of caution flag. So we may have seen our leaders on pit road for the last time here tonight.
Yeah, I think they could manage the tires for that long. I mean, you got those big rubber tires. Huge tires on these Whelen Modifieds, and you're able to save the tires. I don't know how long you're going to be able to save the tires here as we go. I did not get a chance to go out on the track, Phil. I know you did, and I'm not sure what the tire conserving methods are here, but I'm sure these guys, most of these guys, have that down pat already.
We talk about the big tires on the Whelen Modifieds. Not quite as big as those as the legendary super modifieds that call the Oswego Speedway home. If you've never seen one of those ISMA Wing super modifieds, you got to check them out at the Oswego Speedway. Those guys clock in at laps, subpar 11 seconds, if you can believe it. So they absolutely screaming. But we turn our attention to the Hobo Racing Whelen Modified Series. The lights out atop the DRTV pace fan. We're going to turn the field over to Dean Rubino, the number 44. He's going to bring the field back to green. Manny Diaz, the 710. Ron Simpson, Cal Lovell. Green flags in the air.
Rubino out to the lead in that number 44 machine. Then you got the number 25, Ron Simpson. He is now to that second spot. Third is a battle for third between the 47 and Matt Flowers. Flowers now to third. And it looks like the Manny Diaz machine, he's starting to drop back through the field. But currently running fourth is the number 7 of Jerry Walters. Walters up to that fourth spot. He's won a race here at the Oswego Speedway earlier in the season, the earlier visit here to the Oswego Speedway. So the number 7 of Jerry Walters, one of the favorites here to try to maybe pick up a win here live on DRTV.
Yeah, I believe he won over here in the month of November. This series visited the Oswego Speedway. As you said, Jerry Walters found his way to victory lane. One of the 3 victories he's picked up here in the Hobo Racing Modified Series season. Jerry coming in tonight, 13th in the point standings. The top 15 are eligible here in the Whelen Modified Chase. A 3-time winner in 25 starts. So pay attention to the 7 of Jerry Walters, currently in the 4th spot, and so far having a good run there, Todd, as it looks like racing for position now off of turn 2.
Yeah, Rubino is going to drop through the field here, and it's going to look like a trade as the number 25, Ron Simpson, now going to the lead. Rubino's still on the top side of the speedway. That number 44 machine, he's battling it out here hard for that second spot. The 47 Flowers able to get by him. Here comes the number 7 of Jerry Walters, put Walters to third. And the number 7 machine, Rubino, now drops back to fourth, now back to fifth. As the number 1 machine of Aldridge now to the 4th spot. He's in the clutches of Duke Sorensen now. And look at Rubino. Rubino dropping through the field, and then Aldridge making a pass at the same time. Put him to third, put Jerry Walters to that 4th spot.
Yeah, that's going to bring Duke Sorensen, the 59, to the inside of the 7 machine of Walters. They're going to be side by side down the back stretch toward turn 3, and I think it's going to be Sorensen with that preferred line. He'll pull that position, but now we're racing the 2nd spot, Todd. Aldrich coming forward, put him past the Flowers machine. That 1 car on the move is contact behind, contact the 59 of Sorensen up in the outside wall. That's going to put us under caution flag now, Todd, for the 3rd time this evening.
Yeah, tough break for those guys. Sorensen hard around into that outside wall, and that wall is not very forgiving. I've seen a lot of super modifieds or modifieds get into that wall. They usually have those foam blocks up there by the wall, and it causes a huge mess. Luckily, we don't have those foam blocks up there, but that wall is not very forgiving. And those foam blocks that are up there on the speedway, like I said, Phil, they make a huge mess. If you ever seen Oswego Speedway, watch one of those guys hit that, you almost can see where the foam walls are going to be. But it's interesting to see that guy really hard into the wall, Sorensen, in that number 59 machine. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who will give us a great look here of what happened out there.
Yeah, guys, you called it the 59 of Swords, and looks like he's going to get a little bit of help from Jerry Walters in that number 7. Pretty fancy painted car there Jerry Walters got, but we'll play this forward in slow motion. They get into the corner, a little bit of contact right there on the left rear quarter panel of Sorensen. That's going to send him backwards up against the wall, hits the wall pretty decent. Once again, these cars do not have any protection around these nice, fat, wide tires they got, so tough break for him. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage in this realistic damage setting, but he's eventually going to get that thing pointed in the right direction and get back into this thing. Back up to you guys.
All right, big, fat, wide tires. I like that, Rich. We're going to let that one stick here in the open wheel modifieds. Didn't know where to go with that one, but that was pretty good. But under yellow flag, the 3rd time here tonight, the Hobo Racing Chase race at the Oswego Speedway. Looking like a couple of guys here elected to staying out on this caution flag. Saw a lot of drivers come to pit road to top off, but it looks like we're going to have a new race leader. And wouldn't you know, that rocket ship, that number 1 of Mike Aldrich. Todd, he's going to assume the race lead. Can't imagine he's going to give up that track position he's worked so hard for, and certainly looks to be the fastest car on the racetrack.
Well, definitely good. I would think one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. He doesn't have the fastest lap of the evening. Actually, the fastest lap of the evening belongs to the number 59 machine of Duke Sorensen, and the number 59, 16.611. Sorensen was the fastest. 7:10 of Manny Diaz, actually, in the second spot with a 16.644, and then Kyle Lovell with 16.647. The 1 is actually 4th fastest on the field, Phil, with the 16.650. So he is one of the top 5 fastest modifieds out there on the speedway right now.
Oh, absolutely right. So we'll keep an eye on that as this race is approaching the halfway mark. But as always, our friends at Hobo Racing providing us with some great commercials here tonight. We're going to pause for one right now. We'll be right back here on DRTV.
When it comes to keeping up with maintenance on their homes, most homeowners overlook the heaviest moving object in the home, their garage door. At Apple Door Systems, we can not only fix your garage door, but we also offer our Gold Star annual maintenance plan to make sure it's operating properly and safely. This ensures that your garage door will last for years to come.
Call Apple Door today or visit us online at appledoor.com.
Door Systems, give your home a grand entrance.
Back here live on DRTV. Special thanks to tonight's presenting sponsor, Apple Door Systems, just as they are every time we come to Hobo Racing. We're here on the short tracks tonight, so things definitely happening lightning quick. Todd, the DRTV pace fan, about to take a left-hand turn on the pit road, and Flagger's got that green flag in hand, ready to put that loud pedal down, as you would say.
Yeah, they are, and that's a hard left-hand turn as the van is now off the speedway. Green flag's in the air, loud pedal is down, and look at the flagger down on the inside of the speedway at Oswego. That's where he is at, down on the inside there as he was waving that green flag. The number 1 of Aldred now out to the early advantage. Now there's a battle for that second spot. Napick is on the bottom side in that number 6 machine, and he reminds me of a Freightliner machine. It used to be a number 6 on dirt circuits, but the number 6 of Napick was battling for that second spot. Third was actually the number 12 of Cal Lovell there for a moment, and Lovell able to hold on to the second, put Napick back to third, so his challenges came none the wear there for that number 6 machine, as now he's able to fall back in line. Stakanis in that number 31 machine, he has worked his way back up to that 4th spot. 5th currently running on the field as I'm trying to get up through here is Boyer in that number 41 machine. He is currently running 5th.
Yeah, Jeff Boyer, that 41, having a great run out of the gate here. 54 laps in, found his way now up to the top 5. All chasing our race leader, Mike Aldrich there, that number 1 machine on a torrid pace, found his way atop the leaderboard, and yellow flag now back on the speedway. Yellow flag number 4 of the night, now going to lap 54, put 55 of 120 on the board, so we're quickly approaching the halfway marker, if you can believe it. This race, just as we anticipated, is going to be, just a lightning fast race here. As anytime you come to, the Steel Palace, so the Big O, the Oswego Speedway, racing is always great here. Things are always wild and crazy. Things, it's going to be at a feverish pace here tonight, and we're just thankful to be back on the short tracks. This is fantastic racing here tonight. The open wheel Whelen Modified Series, and it's now slowed by caution flag number 4. 55 laps in, looking at the front of the field, Todd, pit road is open, but just as I predicted, I think we've seen these guys, especially at the front, on pit road for the last time here tonight. They all passed by that pit road, and I think that's the right call. I think we've seen our, most of our leaders, maybe a long green flag run, maybe come in for tires later on, but I think we've seen these guys on pit road for the last time here tonight.
Yeah, I definitely think it's one of the last times that they'll be on pit road. You might see them if they get running around the speedway just a little bit. You might see them actually come down pit road if we get a long green flag run. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who has a replay queued up and ready for everybody down there on YouTube. Rich, what happened this time?
Yeah, guys, quite a bit going on back here on the backstretch, and we're going to start out watching this on the 27 of Monchon. He's going to let this play through a little bit. He gets a little bit of help from the 47. That's going to send him around. But watch what happens right here. He gets down on the inside. Everybody else has to go up and around him. We're going to switch the cameras forward to get on Jerry Walters, because this is going to be the most exciting ride of this event. So we'll let this play out. Everybody else gets around the 27. Next thing you know, Walters has a little bit of help, and then guess what? He's going to get T-boned, or nope, missed the T-bone. He's putting the wash cycle right there. Everybody's trying to get around the wash cycle. Meanwhile, Jerry Walters sitting facing the wrong way with a bunch of cars coming at him. He gets a little bit of help from the 24. 24 is going to pop him up on his roof. Look at that. He's going to try to roll back down on the track. The 59 of Sorensen's right there to try to help him calm down a little bit. They finally get that car back on all 4 tires. Meanwhile, it's a parking lot. Let's back this camera up a little bit, see if we can't see any more information going on. But just crazy. We'll play this out. Everybody else is coming to a stop. As you can see there, the flagger's got the yellow out in the replay. The leader's about to come by and take the caution there. Meanwhile, the parking lot is getting cleared out up here. But tough break for Jerry Walters in that 7 car. You know he's going to have a lot of damage now, guys.
Yeah, it seems like every time we get to DRTV, we talk to our friend Jerry, and always has a good run. And anytime we give him some love, something seems to always happen and gets his machine all tore up. So, I don't know, Todd. I think if there's a driver out there who may have the DRTV black cloud, who may just want to run the other way when they see us coming, it's got to be our buddy Jerry, because it seems like every time we see him having a good run, something always seems to happen. And we know he's a strong competitor in this series, a 3-time winner this season. It's tough to see him tore up once again.
Yeah, definitely tough to see Jerry Walters tore up once again here, and this time at Oswego, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes with him, and see how much damage has been prepared on that car, and see if he can actually get back up to the front with that number 7 machine. But tough break for Jerry Walters. His lights are out up top. The DRTV pace fan. It's going to be the number 6 of Napick, your current race leader. He stayed out on the field, and so did the number 41 of Boyer, Jeff Boyer. And that number 41, he stayed out. Ron Simpson stayed out. Herman Reese in that 73. There's a name we have not heard a lot about here this evening, but Herman Reese was a factor last time. Pace van down pit road. We're getting the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Loud pedal down, and we're going down into turn number 1. It's kind of a drag race down into turn 1 and narrows just a little bit. Napick able to hold on to the lead in that number 6 machine, and actually following suit is the number 25 of Ron Simpson. He is running 3rd, but Boyer also running in that 2nd spot. So these guys all followed suit. They all dropped right down to the bottom immediately. But now it looks like the challenge is going to go out for the lead with Boyer in that number 41 machine. He looked low there momentarily. Chrome horn just a little bit from Ron Simpson as he really caught up to the Boyer machine. His yellow flag is out there on the speedway once again at Oswego. So a tight-knit track, trying to look to see what happened. And it might have been even Austin LaPlante in that number 48 machine. LaPlante is now behind the wall already here quickly in that number 48 machine. So something happened to Austin LaPlante in the 48.
Yeah, not sure if something broke or what happened there. We'll let Rich tell the story, but there was some tremendous damage as the 48 headed toward pit road, went straight in to the pit area, so he just passed, right to the garage. So the 48's night looks to be done with some heavy damage indeed. But that race for 3rd was about to pick up there. We saw a good battle between Boyer and Simpson. The great race I was watching around for the 4th spot was between Steve Rubino, the 21, and Herman Reese in the 73. Good to see Herman, as you said, back in the top 5. He's certainly no slouch to the short tracks and knows how to get his way to the front. So keep an eye on Herman Reese looking toward pit road. No takers in the top 5 this time by. So we'll recap that, but I believe, Rich Patton, you're ready with another DRTV replay. So let's throw it down to you, sir.
Yes, we are, and I don't know. We're going to have to play this one out and let you see what happens. We're going to keep the cameras posted on the 48. Austin LaPlante looks like he's going to get quite a bit of help, and that's what's going to end his evening. As they come off the corner, gets a little bit of help right there. It's going to turn him sideways right in front of that UPS truck. Look out. Contact made. The 48 goes on his roof, completely going crazy here. Next thing you know, he's up on the wall. Holy cow, look at him ride the wall. We'll go ahead and play this in full speed. He is up on the wall. He is not getting off the wall, riding up on 2 wheels. And then all of a sudden, boom, there he goes, back down on all 4, finally back down on the track. So tough break for LaPlante. As we know, this is realistic damage, so he's taking that behind the wall. Looks like his night is over early, guys. Back up to you.
Yeah, his night's certainly over. A savage hit there for the 48 of Austin LaPlante, doing a little bit of wall riding there, which certainly, not the place to be. Got a little bit upside down. So tough break for Austin LaPlante. Last time, as you said, Todd, we came to Hobo racing in the modifieds. Austin was right there in contention for a win right up to the last lap, but admittedly, before this race got going here tonight, Austin had some contact with us and said Oswego not one of his favorite racetracks. He said he was going to struggle here tonight, and that's indeed true. Heavy damage in the 48, and his night is all done.
Yeah, heavy damage to the 48, but you look back up towards the front, I'm not sure what's going on up towards the front, but it looks like Jerry Walters did stay out in that number 7 machine, probably trying to get one of his laps back. I believe he's a lap down, maybe on the tail end of the lead lap in the number 7 machine. He is right there in front of Napick in that number 6 machine. Currently running second was Boyer. None of these guys came down pit road. Third is Ron Simpson. Fourth is Rubino. Steve Rubino, that is, in the number 21 machine. Fifth is Herman Reese. Sixth is Lintz in the number 87 machine. Eighth is Dupree in that number 24. I'm still trying, or that's 7th for the number 24. D in the 188, he is running in that 8th spot. 9th is Matt Flowers. 10th is Hinsky in that number 14 machine. 11th is Pushrod 17 on your screen. 12th is Bumblow, Ricky Bumblow, in that number 85 machine. He's currently running 12th, Phil, on the field. Mangrum all the way up to 13th. But remember, he started deep in the field. I almost ventured to say 24th or 25th on the field here. But Mangrum now up to 13th. 14th is Duke Sorensen. He's been involved in a wreck here in the later portion of this, or early portion of this event. He's been in a couple of them in that 59 machine, but he was actually really strong up front in that number 59. So we're gonna have to wait and see if damage is gonna be too much for him to overcome to get his way back up to the front spot. But the 14 machine, or the 14th place, that runs out of the top 14 right now, Phil, is the other Rubino. The number 44, he is 15th. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Yeah, that's Dan Rubino. His green flag is in the air. And Napick now down into the bottom group into turn number 1. Ron Simpson now able to follow suit. Is Simpson now down to the bottom side. Third is a great battle going on for that third spot between Boyer and there momentarily it was Rubino, and Rubino not able to capitalize on that as he drifted up high there momentarily, letting Herman Reese in that 73 back 5 now battle for second.
Yeah, battle for the second spot. As you said, Ron Simpson, the 25, the 41 of Jeff Boyer. Jeff going to fall back in line. Was keeping an eye on the 73 of Herman Reese. He was able to make way around the Steve Rubino machine, put Herman up to the 4th spot. But looking at our race leader, Rich Napick, we know, Todd, every time we come to the Hobo Racing Stables, Rich, when we see the 6 car up front, usually likes to check out, run away, and hide, and he's got a really good pace on. Hitting his marks here just perfect, and that number 6 showing to be strong here as we hit lap 70 up on the board.
Yeah, Napick definitely is showing to be strong in that number 6 machine, and he gets a lot of TV time on here on DRTV. When we come over to the Hobo Racing, Napick always up front. He has not finished first yet. Napick still looking for that first win here on DRTV, but he's been really strong each and every time we come over to Hobo Racing in the number 6 machine. As we're getting ready to go inside the number 41 of Boyer, Jeff Boyer, in that 41, we're going to go picture in picture inside the number 41 machine.
So as you guys can see on your screen, as the pace of the field has diminished, yellow flag is out on the speedway. Yellow flag, I believe this would be number 5, or is this number 6? Lost my my scratch sheet here a little bit ago, but yellow flag nonetheless here again. We're past the halfway mark, 74 laps, 120 laps is the advertised distance here tonight for the Whelen Chase race at the Oswego Speedway. Over at the Hobo Racing League. Find these guys at hoboracing.com. Get a hold of Bino and Steve and all the guys over here. Do a great job. Always a very hospitable host anytime we come over in some fantastic racing. Multiple nights, multiple mods, great things going on. Open to all guys to come over who'd like to come and find a race. So find these guys at hoboracing.com. Under yellow flag now for the 6th time here tonight, Rich. Show us what happened.
Yeah, this time we're going to keep our cameras on the 85 of Bumblelow as he gets into this corner. Looks like he gets a little upset. The car gets unbalanced. Probably got to get on the brakes a little bit too much. Everybody's checking up there. He's going to get it down on the inside, hop the wall a little bit. That's going to spin him right up in front of the rest of the field. Parks it out there against the wall. Everybody else is able to get around. So it doesn't look like any major damage. Not sure how hard he hit that inside wall, but he's able to get that car straightened out, pointed in the right direction, and get back underway. But a tough break for Bumblelow in the 85. Back to you guys.
Yeah, he was certainly having a good run of it there. It was 85 of Bumblelow, Ricky Bumblelow there, the 85. But looking down toward pit road, Todd, I'm shocked, but here they all come. Race leaders all going on the pit road.
That race leader's all on pit road, Ron Simpson, but I'm looking at the number 25, Ron Simpson, right side tires going on the number 25 machine. I couldn't imagine anything less than 4 tires on this number 25 machine. No, he gets 2 right side tires, and he's going to make me eat my words. Second time a DRTV announcer has ate their words tonight, right, Phil?
Oh, absolutely right. He hit that one right on the head. Looks like Simpson going to win the race off of pit road there with 4 tires. Looking at the guys who stayed out, the 47 of Matt Flowers elected to stay out. Also looks like the 24 of Daniel Dupuis, the 14 of Dion Hinsky, and also Mike Aldridge, the number 1. He elected to stay out. I believe also Jeff Stakanis on. I believe the entire top 5 were all guys who did not come to pit road and take those fresh tires this time. So different strategies here now, less than 50 laps to go, and guys like Matt Flowers and Daniel Dupuis, who we certainly not talking a lot about here tonight, he's going to find himself on the outside of the front row here when they take the restart.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Dupuis can do in that machine, that number 24 machine. We haven't talked much about him in a lot of the broadcasts that we've had, but Aldridge is going to be in the second row in the number 1, but top 9 did stay out on the field. Here as I'm getting communication that the top 9 did stay out. I believe, though, Phil, the last time we had a yellow flag, these guys didn't come down pit road, so they maybe have a lap and a half, maybe 2 laps on their tires. So I don't think it's a bad strategy call for these guys. A lot of times you'll see these guys come down pit road many times getting fresh tires because, you want fresh tires. As I'm looking up through, I was on Stanakis' car just looking around Stanakis, or Stakanis in that number 31 machine, and then I watched the 47 just bounce it off the wall down there on the inside there. I'm not sure if he was texting while he was driving. I thought that wasn't allowed here.
Oh, not good for our race leader. I don't know if he was tweeting out to his fans, "Look, guys, I'm on DRTV and I'm in the race lead." Not sure what was going on there, but Matt Flowers will get it all collected. He's going to bring the field to the green flag here on the restart. The DRTV pace van is on pit road and waiting for the green flag. Todd, green flag is in the air.
Yeah, green flag is in the air, and Flowers going to be able to beat Dupuis into the corner here. Dupuis going to fall into that second spot in that number 24 machine. Now Hinsky in that number 14. We haven't talked much about him, but that's a bright neon green car. He's battling for that second spot. He's going to take that second spot away from Dupuis down the front straightaway. Can he beat him down into 1? That's kind of a braking corner. Dupuis really hard into that corner. He's going to lose 2 spots there. The number 1 machine of Alder now up to that second spot. Now battling for second, I should say. Now battling for that second spot is Aldred in that number 1 machine. He's down on the bottom, on the flat spot there, but he's able to take over a second, put Aldred to second. Now, how long is it going to be before he runs down Matt Flowers? My guess is not very long, Phil.
Not very long, but the battle for third right behind is Dion Hinsky there. Shows it's not easy being green up on that top side as he's losing another spot to the 31 of Jeff Stakanis. He'll work his way by. He'll fall back to the clutches now with 24 of Daniel Dupuis. That's a race for 4th, but our race leader there, Todd, Matt Flowers, starting to check out a little bit, but can he keep that 1 machine back there? I'm going to agree with you. I don't think it's going to be too long at all. Mike has been probably the fastest car on the racetrack, and he is there. He's within 3 car lengths, and he's closing down the backstretch.
Yeah, look how fast he did close. It was probably 15 car lengths. Now it's down to 3. Now it's down to 2.5. He's running almost down on the flat spot there at the exit turn number 4. The number 1 of Aldred now battling almost up to the rear bumper of the number 47 of Matt Flowers. Flowers looking in his rearview mirror, and the number 1 is now about 2 car lengths between himself and the 47. He's going to try to take this lead. Is Aldred, and like I said, now it's kind of stabilizing. About 2.5 car lengths to 3 car lengths between himself and the leader. But I like I said, Phil, not going to be long. Aldred will probably catch Flowers and be able to get around him. It looks like his cars are just a little bit faster.
And I wish we had the benefit here under a long yellow flag to talk to one of these guys. I would love to know what the tire wear is like, because I'm really puzzled that we've seen these guys come on and off pit road under caution flag with not many laps on the heat cycle. So I wonder how much tire wear and tire heat is playing in tonight for the short track. Is we're seeing a great battle for the lead, but we're going to put an exclamation point on that for right now. The caution flag is in the air. Caution flag now number 7. Didn't see where that all transpired at, but that race to the lead was certainly heating up. The pace van is in turn number 3, but looking like something happening there, maybe around the Herman race machine there, Todd?
I'm thinking probably around Herman Reese in the number 73, maybe even around the 06 as I seen him getting up to speed in that 06. So maybe something happened with the 06 of Johnson. We'll have to just wait and see. I know Mr. TV Time Rich Patton has to have that queued up and ready here. It doesn't take him very long, but it might have been even between the 85 and the 73 is what I'm hearing, Phil.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what we can confirm. We'll let Rich tell the story on the replay, but certainly stuff happening there, and it looks like the 06 may have just been a victim of circumstance there. Don't want to take away all of Rich's thunder, but stuff definitely went on there. And a developing story here on pit road, Todd, with less than now 30 laps to go. The race leader, Matt Flowers, he's elected to come in and take tires.
Yeah, he's definitely come down on the pit road and take some tires in that number 47 machine. He's coming down pit road right now, and he's going to be one of the only guys to come down pit road, it looks like, in that number 47 machine. He's coming down. I believe he'll take 4 tires and Sunoco Racing Fuel and get back out there on the speedway. Right side tires going on the 47 of Flowers here. Let's see if he goes around to the left side. Left side tires, maybe he'll call for the 47. Nope. Definitely not. Just right side tires for the 47. He makes contact with Duke Sorensen on pit road. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who's ready. What happened out there, Rich, to bring out this latest yellow flag?
Yeah, this time we're going to keep the cameras on the 73 of Herman Reese. Looks like the 73 and the 85 are going to make a little bit of contact. That's Bumblelow in front of him. We'll play this through in slow motion. Herman gets in the back of him. Next thing you know, he goes around, taps the 73 again. The 73 goes out up against the wall. Next thing you know, both of these cars are doing some kind of crazy dance down the backstretch. Luckily enough, they both end up on all 4 tires, but here comes the 93 of Wild Bill and also the 06. Bill's going to tap the 73, send him around. Next thing you know, we've got a little bit of a parking lot back here. We'll let this camera span out a little bit, but all 3 cars involved. Everybody else was able to get around him, and basically the caution came out. So tough break for all 3 of those guys. Looked like the 73 might have got the worst of it. Back to you guys.
All right, so we're doing a crazy dance in a parking lot down the back stretch at the Oswego Speedway. Didn't think I'd ever hear that one at Oswego there, Todd. A parking lot, we've seen that before. It's certainly quick to, you can stack them up and block these tracks, especially on a short track. But doing a crazy dance, I certainly didn't think we could pull that off here at Oswego.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It was kind of an interesting terminology, although I've seen parking lot many times at Oswego. It's a pretty different looking track, and it's very interesting to see these guys stack it up into the corner. And it's really hard to get around the guys that are stacked up into the corner. So it's a tough break for some of these guys, and it's a tough break for Herman Reese. As Reese went for a wild ride in that 73, and Flowers back down pit road. He took right side tires last time. Now he's taking left side tires, so he's going to have that complete set there. With just a few caution laps. His lights are out on top of the DRTV pace fan. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here, and it's number 1 of Aldred. Aldred going to pace the field here. DRTV pace fan down on pit road. Green flag's in the air. Loud pedal is down into turn number 1 this time. Stakanis in the number 31 machine. He's on the outside here looking in, and he's not going to be able to do anything there. Looks like he may have lost, maybe even spun his tires in that 31, as he's lost a couple positions. Stakanis is now back to that 3rd spot, now battling for 4th in the number 31 machine. So, and that's Boyer down on the bottom, as now Aldred just checking out on the field.
Yeah, he found some clean air, and he's going to try to run away and hide. The aggressor on that restart was probably 2 drivers behind that battle for that 4th spot. The 17 pushrod, that's Bob Becker. He was certainly, made an aggressive move on the restart. Is able to pick up 2 or 3 positions, moved him up to that 6th spot, but now yellow flag on the speedway as 94 of 120 check up on the board. So seeing a little bit of yellow fever here through the middle of this race. So I don't know if we could maybe page Dr. Green. Not sure he's on call tonight, but I would like to see a great 20-lap kind of Thursday night style shootout here at the Oswego Speedway. Can anybody catch that Mike Aldred machine? Can Ron Simpson capitalize? Can Jeff Boyer, who's having a great run in that 41 machine, find victory lane? We know Jeff Stakanis is fast. He was our pole sitter. He's going to be right there in the 4th spot. Will these guys stay in that track position? Are tires a factor here tonight? Stuff I'd like to definitely ask the drivers if we had that chance, and certainly I want to touch on with these guys in the post race of how these tires are wearing off. But we'll let Rich get sorted out with the replay. But just while we have here a minute, the home of DRTV, DRLnetwork.com. Showcase your league here live on DRTV. Get Rich, Todd, myself, and even Joe Allen if he's available. Get the 4 of us over to your place and showcase all the great racing that's going on. Check out the broadcast rates, custom fit to fit all your league's needs. DRLnetwork.com is the home of DRTV. Under yellow flag here at the Hobo Racing League here tonight. The Oswego Speedway, caution flag number 8. Rich Patton, show us what happened.
Yeah, this time we're going to keep the cameras posted on the number 0 of Keller. And kind of interesting because on the back of his car it says, "Can you see me now?" Well, Keller, we're definitely going to see you now. He's going to get a little bit loose going into this corner. Looks like everything's going fine. Gets a little bit of help right there. 0 gets turned around. Next thing you know, he's up against the wall. That's also the 12 right there. 12 might make a little bit of contact with him as well. Then the 12 gets tapped in the rear end. So the 12 and the 0 basically took on a little bit of damage there. Everybody else is able to get around him now that all the traffic has stopped. Parking lot kind of disappears, and everybody goes about their business. So back up to you guys.
All right, so there's a brief one there to look at under the caution flag. 96 of 120 on the board. Didn't see any of our leaders come to pit road, so see if we can't do a quick full field rundown here as they're going to start doubling up. It is Mike Aldred, the race leader. Ron Simpson, the 25, currently second. Jeff Boyer is third. Jeff Canis fourth. Steve Rubino currently in that 5th spot. 6 through 10, we find Bob Becker, Rich Knappick, Everett Lynch, Daniel Dupuis, and Dion Hinsky currently in the 14th car. He's running in the 10th spot. Larry D is 11th in the 188. Mike Mangrum, our point leader, currently back in the 12th spot. MT Johnson, 13th. Duke Sorensen is 14th, and Wild Bill currently rounds out your top 15. 16th is Matt Flowers. Jerry Walters is 17th. Ricky Bumbalo is 18th, and it's Dean Rubino there in that number 44, currently 19th. He is the last driver out on the racetrack. Looks like 6 drivers now have called it an evening here tonight. Looks like Ron Keller, that number 0. Cal Lovall, who had a good piece here tonight, he's out of this race. He's going to finish up 21st. Herman Reese with that incident will finish up 22nd. Also, Austin LaPlante, he's out of the race here due to some heavy damage. He'll finish up 23rd. Rounding out the field, Andre Monjone and Manny Diaz, a 7-10 here. 25 drivers took the green flag here at Hobo tonight. Looks like we have 19 left on the racetrack, and everybody on the lead lap all going to chase that number 1 of Mike Aldred here on the restart. Todd, single file restart. The van is in. We're waiting for the green flag in the air.
Green flag is in the air. The 1 of Aldred now driving down into turn number 1. He is your current race leader. Let's see how much, if he can pull out a gap on the number 25, Ron Simpson. He's definitely pulled about 8 car lengths on the 25 around Simpson here early. Jeff Boyer in the 41, he is running 3rd. Stakanis in the 31, he is running 4th. And Steve Robino in the number 21 machine, he is running in the 5th spot. Now Aldred looks like maybe he got a little bit out of shape. His gap has kind of disappeared there, Phil.
Looks like he did get a little bit loose, and that brought the Ron Simpson machine right back to the back bumper of that thing. Maybe see a chrome horn in these last 20 laps. Well, it is the modifieds. Who's really going to know for sure? But all chasing that number 1 machine toward turn number 3. Battle looks like maybe shaping up, Todd. The 41 of Boyer seems to get a really good run through the the middle of the corner. Doesn't quite get that run off though. That with the benefit of letting that run to the high side, the 25 getting back on the gas. But looks like Jeff Boyer's got a good piece here tonight, and he may challenge for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, Boyer does definitely have a pretty good piece out there, and maybe he'll be able to challenge for that spot. We're just going to have to wait and see. Stakanis all over the rear bumper of Boyer too, the number 31 machine. So he was the pole sitter. Just got to remember that. So you cannot count out Stakanis in that number 31 machine. He may be able to make a charge here later on in the going. Maybe he's set up for the longer green flag run. Still, meanwhile, up front, Aldred is setting the pace in that number 1 machine. But now Ron Simpson all over his rear bumper, now down to the bottom side. And the number 25 machine, they're side by side. Put Ron Simpson to the lead and drop kick. Aldred back to that 2nd spot in that number 1 machine. Now back to the 3rd spot. Now back to the 4th spot. So Aldred, it looks like a parachute has went out the number 1 machine. Now back to 5th as now the number 21 of Steve Robino moves into that 4th spot.
And I'm kind of puzzled here because I really thought we'd see some more racing from that outside lane, but certainly not the case at all. As Aldrich kind of got out of line, and when Simpson took that race lead, Boyer, Stakanis, and Steve Rubino worked its way on by. But now caution flag on the racetrack. Caution flag number 9 here, past the century mark. 106 laps up on the board, and what I'm hearing from you, Todd, a multiple car incident there off of turn number 2, I believe it was.
Oh, Stakanis, or not Stakanis, I should say. Aldred, the number 1 machine, he was falling back considerably, and I wasn't sure what was going on with him. But I know there was multiple cars. I'm not sure what brought out that yellow flag, but I know the one of Aldred. I have to give him props as he saved that car after a shot to his rear bumper. He got a little bit of the chrome horn, and he was completely sideways dirt tracking it. And we've seen dirt on this track here later last year, taking the place of the New York State Fairgrounds, and he was sideways in that number 1 machine, and he was able to keep it going straight. So
I'm surprised we could talk about the New York State Fairgrounds here, Todd, and not get your blood pressure up, as I know, as we've known here for a while here. That's a touchy subject here, but we won't get into that here tonight. Here at the Hobo Racing Stables here, under the yellow flag, going to set up for a 10-lap shootout, 108 laps of 120 up on the board. Your current race leader of the 25 of Ron Simpson. Can he be a first-time winner on DRTV? How about Jeff Boyer, the 41, having a strong run here tonight? He's going to restart right there in that second spot in a single-file restart here, Todd. So what do you think? Does that give the benefit of a 25 here, starting out in a row all by himself? Or what do you think about the chance of the 41 here?
it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Simpson, it looked like he has a little bit of rear damage on that number 25 machine, but I know Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, is ready. He's got all the different angles on what brought out that last yellow flag.
Yeah, guys, this time we're going to keep the cameras on the 24 Dupuis. We're going to try to go back and look and see what happened with the 1 machine, but the 1 didn't cause this caution. They weren't involved in this one. It happened just behind them. So we'll play this one out, and then I'll go back and review what happened to that 1 machine, in that corner. But for now, we'll keep it on Dupuis as the 24 gets into the back end of the 6 because there's a car right in front of them that's checked up. Next thing you know, a little bit of contact. 24 gets a little bit of bump and banging. Looks like a pinball machine down there, just bouncing the 24 all over the place. Next thing you know, he's dancing up there with the 87 up against the wall. It's like a parking lot back here. But a tough break for Dupuis. It looks like he was the ping pong ball at this time, or the pinball machine ball, I guess you could call him. But these guys get straightened out, point in the right direction, get the hammers out, new flat spotted tires, or get new tires on them. They should get back into this.
All right. So new flat spotted tires. I never knew that was a good idea at any racetrack. Let's put a fresh set of flat spotted tires on and see how you fare out there. That's probably how it happens to be on my DRTV Motorsports machine there, Todd. I think you guys may give me flat spotted tires because I'm always terrible anytime I come to any of these racetracks lately. But I will digress here. The lights are out atop the DRTV pace van. Ron Simpson, can he find his way to victory lane? The 41 of Jeff Boyer having a tremendous night here. Jeff Stakanis, I keep slaughtering Jeff's name and I apologize. He'll restart here. Third, Steve Rubino, fourth. And how about the run tonight for Bob Becker aboard that 17, the old push rod, running at your top 5 here. 112 laps going to go up here on the scoreboard. Less than 10 laps remaining. Business is about to pick up here, Todd, as we await green flag racing.
Yeah, if you got anything left, you might as well leave it all out on the table now. Green flag is in the air. The 25 of Ron Simpson had that hammer down, the loud pedal down into turn number 1. He's going to try to keep Jeff Boyer and that 41 behind him, and Jeff Stakanis in that number 31. He's right there too. These guys all over each other's rear bumpers here through corners 3 and out of corner number 4 down the front straightaway here is now still the 25 of Simpson still leading. You still got Boyer all over the rear bumper, and still third is Jeff Stakanis. That 31 machine. Does anybody have anything for Ron Simpson? We're just going to have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. But this is what we get here as we approach 5 laps to go. I need to highlight our point leader here, Todd, the 10-time winner of the season this year, Mike Mangrum. We have not talked about him all night. He hasn't been a factor all night. Has just been keeping his nose clean, started deep in the field. And wouldn't you know here, Todd, with less than 5 laps remaining, our point leader, Mr. Where Has He Been All Night, is up to the top 5.
Yeah, he's been smooching in the back in that 08 machine, and now moving his way up to that 5th position. Now all over the rear bumper of Rubino on that number 21 machine, just waiting for Rubino to make a mistake. As now it looks like he tried to dive down to the bottom side there momentarily. Mangrum not able to move into that spot, as it looks like yellow flag out there on the field once again. And this may end the race here tonight, Phil.
And that would certainly be unfortunate if it does, because I loved racing at the Oswego Speedway here. It certainly made for a cool picture for us tonight here live on DRTV. Well, the field going to catch that pace, Van, as they exit the turn number 2 area and down the backstretch. Ron Simpson, I believe Todd may have just punched his ticket to victory lane here for the first time on the DRL network, followed by Jeff Boyer. What a great run for that 41 here tonight. An awesome, awesome job to put that thing in the runner-up spot. Jeff Stakanis, he put it on the pole. I'm sure he'll be happy with that third place position, but we know Jeff, he's a hard charger. Sure, he would have loved to put that thing in victory lane here tonight, but looks like he'll finish up third. Steve Rubino rebounding, having a great night here, fourth. And how about the rebound from Mike Mangrum there? That number 08, our point leader, 10-time winner. Looks like evening is done, Todd. Job well done, and it's how you win championships. You bring home top 5 finishes. Looks like Mike may have just stolen one here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Mike stealing the top 5 finish, but able to get that 5th position. But I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton. He's ready for the replay. Well, brought out our latest yellow flag there, Rich.
Yeah, this time we're going to keep the cameras on the 87 of Lentz. It looks like Bumbelow on the bottom inside comes up off the corner. Might have made a little bit of contact. It wasn't real clear whether the contact was made or not with, how the bump box is on these cars. But that's going to send the 87 around. Lentz bounces it off the wall. Nose comes up off the track. He hit it so hard. But luckily enough, keeps it up there by the wall. Everybody else is able to get around him on the low side. And it looks like that's probably going to end this race tonight. But tough break. Looked like one heck of a race was getting ready to finish. Back to you guys.
No, it certainly did. But how about the run tonight for Ron Simpson? Right place, right time. Strong race car here tonight. And what did you know here is, we're going to put white flag under this field next time around. Unfortunately, it looks like this Whelen Chase race at the Oswego Speedway going to end under the yellow flag for our friends at Hobo Racing here tonight. But congratulations to Ron Simpson. Good to see him in the victory lane. We've seen him have some strong runs here recently. We've made our treks over to Hobo, and always good to see a first-time winner for us here on DRTV, Todd.
Yeah, definitely always good to see a first-time winner on DRTV. Great to see Ron Simpson going to pick up this win here tonight. But Jeff Boyer was right there. Would have liked to see it finish on a green flag, but I'm sure Ron Simpson will take a win either way. I'm sure he could. He was doing really well under green flag conditions. He was going to be the man to beat even on green flag conditions. So I guess either way, he's got to be happy. He's got to be ecstatic if he wins under green flag conditions or wins under yellow flag. But the guy that's probably going to be not so happy, the number 41 machine of Boyer. I'm sure Boyer wanted to see that go green just a little bit longer.
I'm sure he did too, but just to talk about the run of Ron Simpson with 25 here tonight, only his second start of the season here, if you can believe it. These guys have run 33-point races here, I believe, this season already for this Hobo Racing Modified Series, and in his second start, Ron Simpson's going to go to victory lane. Checker flag has fallen over the field, and now we can call it official. Ron Simpson, tonight's big winner here on DRTV. Jeff Boyer finished up second. Jeff Stakanis there going to run out your top 3. So give me here just a second here, Todd. I'll see if we can't talk to our top 3.
I'm going to try to give you a little bit of a breather here while you try to run down and grab those guys. This is where you got the 25 of Ron Simpson. He's down here on the front straightaway. He's trying to burn it down, and it looks like not able to do so. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to spin the tires as good as he wants to in that 25 machine, and he was really trying there. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. We're going to wait and see. Yep, nope. He's even rubbing the clutch, dropping the clutch, and Ron Simpson not able to burn them out here. And these tires are super, super sticky, so it's going to be interesting to see. Nope, not able to do it that time. So Ron Simpson trying. He is definitely trying to spin the tires, but not able to do so. And now he's going to pull down into victory lane there, Rich. That was interesting to see.
No, it certainly was, but we'll see if we can't talk to our top 3 finishers. Of course, Ron Simpson heading to victory lane. Josh Boyer, the 41. We've called them Jeff all night long. I had Jeff on my sheet. A lot of Jeffs over here at Hobo Racing, but it's Josh Boyer, the 41. We'll let Todd go run down to. And I'll see if we can't catch up with our third place finisher here tonight on the podium. And, of course, our friend Jeff Stakanis aboard the number 31. So let's see if we can't get Jeff up here in the booth. Of course, he was on the pole here tonight, and that 31 came in 6th this evening in the point standings. So let's see if we can't talk to the driver of the 31. Jeff Stakanis, Phil from DRTV, buddy. You got a copy?
Got a copy, yes.
Jeff, well, congratulations on a third-place run here tonight. I know you put that thing on the pole. It was certainly fast, but tell us how the racing out there was tonight.
It's kind of a one-groove type of track tonight. I mean, if you kept it down on the bottom, you're good. You can't do much up top. But it was pretty good racing. Bunch of strategy.
Something I was really puzzled about, and you're the first guy we can talk to here tonight, so I need to ask you this question. How was tire wear a factor out there tonight? Because I was really puzzled. I thought we'd see somebody come in like yourself, pit early on, get inside your fuel window, but was tire wear a factor here tonight?
I thought it was going to be also, and I was trying to run slower than normal instead of extremely fast laps. But we just had way too many cautions, and then I thought at the end of the race, I'm not even going to go for tires. I'm just going to haul it.
Well, absolutely made the right move. Finishing up here on the podium here tonight, Jeff. Good to talk to you here once again. You know, a veteran of the series, 31 races, still winless on the season. Thought you had a good shot here tonight, putting it on the pole, but sure you're pretty happy there with a third place finish as well. Anytime you get in the top three at a place like Hobo in this great modified series, I'm sure it's going to feel good.
Yeah, we had a good race tonight. I enjoy this series. Very good.
Well, terrific racing indeed. Well, Jeff, good to talk to you once again. I'm going to give you the microphone one more time. The floor is all yours to give a shout out to all your friends, your fans, your sponsors, or anybody responsible out there for allowing that 31 out on the speedway this evening.
Well, I'd like to thank Steve and Dan and all them that put this on, all the admins that. And all the guys, they're a really good group of guys to race with and talk with and just shoot the breeze with, and it's a pleasure to talk with them.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Well, Jeff, once again, on behalf of all of us on DRL Network, congratulations on a third place finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys here again real soon. Always good to come over at Hobo. So congratulations, good job, and we'll talk to you again soon, buddy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff Stacanis aboard that number 31. But I'm going to throw it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall, Todd Stanton. I believe he's got our runner-up finisher, that being Mr. Josh Boyer. So, Todd, over to you.
Yeah, indeed. I've caught up with Josh Boyer. Josh, second place finish here tonight. Great run going there. But did you have anything for Ron if that stayed green?
I think the only thing I had was on that last restart. I was right up behind him, but I just couldn't get back to his bumper, and he just had me beat at the end of the race, man.
You had a pretty good run, and I'm going to throw this question to you. And we were talking to Saganis about tire wear. You guys opted to come down pit road quite a bit. If you would have had a longer green flag run, would tires become an issue with those cars, or could you have made it the whole race without a set of tires?
I think you definitely needed to get some tires. We think the top three there, we kind of got off sequence a little bit earlier in the race, and that really helped us out because then we could just stay ahead of the guys that had the tires and run pretty comparable lap times, I think. So if it got to be really long green flag runs, it definitely would have became an issue. In previous races here, I know it was, but tonight we just got off sequence a bit, and I think that really set us up for a good finish.
Again, and that was a good finish, bringing home second, and not able to get to Ron Simpson there in the later portion of the event. You tried everything you could but you still brought home second. That's nothing to be looked down upon.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this run tonight. We started way back in 12th or 13th, I think, so worked our way through the field and took advantage of some good decisions on pit road.
Well, Josh, I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank whoever you'd like to thank here that got you here.
Yeah, well, I have to thank one of my teammates, Everett Lentz, who was a big help to me, and Roger Nebelsick, who wasn't with us tonight, but he's the guy that really got me into this. So thanks for the Hobo guys for putting together a good league, and I have a great time with them every week.
Oh, again, that's Josh Boyer finishing up second here in the number 41 machine. Josh, again, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to throw it down to Mr. TV Time, Rich Patton, who's caught up with our race winner, driver of the number 25. That's Ron Simpson.
Yeah, guys, I made my way down here to Victory Lane and got down here next to Ron. It's pretty crowded down here, but Ron, one heck of a race, man. Congratulations on the win. How's it feel?
It feels good. It's the first one of the year. I don't get to run the modifieds very often, so feels really good to get one in this division.
Yeah, they definitely called you out over the air as being the first win, not only the first win of the season. Is this also just the second start in this series for you?
I believe it is. Like I said, on Thursday nights, I don't get a chance to run very often, and glad I made it tonight.
Just simply amazing. So it's great that your first win came live on DRTV tonight. We're happy for you and everything. And again, congratulations on the win tonight. One heck of a job. And I mean, everybody's been asking the question all night long, was tires a factor? Was tires a factor? Everybody seemed to pit a lot more frequently than we originally thought it would have been. Were you concerned about tires at all during the event, or what was your plan?
Yeah, tires were a big deal, but what I found out when I got to the front was, by running my own pace and not have to check up people in front of you, even with older tires, I felt like I could run pretty good speed. And there at the end, I didn't pit the last couple cautions. I actually thought that one with 10 to go was going to bite me. I didn't know who all had better tires behind me, but I felt like I had a better chance out front trying to hold on than I did. Pit road had a lot of speeding penalties and getting blocked in a lot, so I just decided to roll the dice and stay out front.
Yeah, most definitely. With this many cars on the track tonight, I believe we had 25 cars start the event. That's a lot of cars down on pit road, and you're pitting on both sides of the lane, so it's quite hectic, I'm sure, getting in and out of there. But hats off to you again. Congratulations for the win, buddy. The floor is all yours. I'm going to give you the mic. Congratulate who got you here, and then we'll let you get back for your celebrating. So the floor is all yours, Ron.
Hey, I appreciate you guys putting this on like this. I like to take time to thank Dan and Steve. They do a heck of a job with this league, and I really like running these modifieds, and we'll try to run more of them. I appreciate you guys televising it. You guys do a great job.
All right, well, we appreciate it. Guys, there you have it, your race winner today, Ron Simpson. First win in the series, second race of the series. First win goes live on DRTV. Back to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, you can't pick a better way to get your first win of the season right here live on DRTV. And what better place to do it here, Todd? A place so rich in history here of all the great racing of the Northeast, the Oswego Speedway. We call it home of the super modifieds, but there's been some great open wheel modifieds and now a new dirt legacy being built here. So much great racing goes on at the Oswego Speedway, and just cool to be part of a little bit of that legacy here tonight.
Yeah, it's cool to be part of that legacy, and like I said, we've had the Race of Champions there. We've had the Sunoco whatever tour that is there, that NASCAR Whelen Modified tour that they had. I can't remember the name of a lot of those races. They've been all different throughout the years, and now, like you said, the dirt being there, they put clay on that track each and every October, and that's not what I was looking forward to is seeing clay on that track, and I'm not going to get into that anymore, because that brings up some bad memories of the New York State Fairgrounds and what they did to it. But Phil, great race here at Hobo Racing, and hope to see some more of these races. They've been great.
No, and a great bunch. Check out our friends at hoboracing.com. We hope to come back here real soon, but a lot of great stuff coming up on DRTV over the next couple of months here. So many great leagues to visit. Next up, as far as live broadcast goes, on April the 9th, we go back over to All-Star Racing. They got the Michigan International Raceway, the Bryant Motorsports sponsored race on April the 9th. Can't wait to go back over there and see Gary and David and all the guys over at ASR. So 9 p.m. will be airtime there. And also coming up in a couple of weeks on April the 15th, we have the 9th annual Race for the Cure over at SMO Hardcore. Cannot wait for that race. One of my annual favorites every year. We go racing for the cure with our friends at SMO Hardcore. That, of course, on April 19th. And also a lot of great races coming up. So many more bookings coming up. The New School Racing League. A bunch of races for the 7-Eleven Super Truck Series out of the Sim Racing Association. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Check out the full schedule at our home base at drlnetwork.com. So until next time, we'll be back here live Monday night. An all-new edition of our talk show, DRL Live. So until Monday evening, we'll pause here and let the weekend go by and relax a little bit. But for Rich Patton in the booth, as always, a great job. Todd Stanton alongside. My name's Phil Lacasse. I'd like to thank you out there tonight for watching us with another installment of DRTV live on the DRL Network, the best in sim race TV. Good night.